Today, we are gonna hop in the time machine and we're gonna go back to 2016 and my very first video here on YouTube. Are you ready? I'm not sure I am, but let's go. Hey guys, today I'm here with a hair tutorial. One of the number one questions I get, that's my dog, Bojo. The number one question I get about my hair is how long it takes me to fix and if I do my own hair. The answer is yes, I do my own hair, and today we're going to find out exactly how long it takes me to do my hair. Before we get started, I'm just going to show you quickly the few products that I use. Tools wise, first product, this simple little hair pick to comb through my hair. Second most important product is a hair dryer. And the third tool is my straightener. As far as products go, the first product that I use in my hair is Catwalk Root Boost. Second thing I like to use is either Moroccan argan oil, or you can use coconut oil, works too. Just use a very small amount for shine. The third product, which is the most important product, is Enjoy Dry Wax. And then the fourth product is Aussie Instant Freeze Hairspray. Okay, so in just a minute, we're gonna zoom back out. My hair is gonna be up in a towel and you will get to see exactly how I do my hair and how long it takes. Okay, so we're going to start by towel drying my hair. Scary, huh? And then I'm just going to take a pick, comb through. I'm going to apply my root boost just through the back of the hair, close to the roots. And then I like to apply a little bit of Moroccan oil just for a little shine. Work that through the hair. Now it's time for the blow dryer. All right, let's come back to 2026. Every time I watch that video back again, I'm kind of just laughing at myself and to myself. I was very green at filming, and I didn't obviously have a super high quality camera. And actually what I used to film was this camera. It was a Canon, one of those point and shoot, but it had a video setting. And I thought, oh, this is perfect. I can use this. I don't have to go out and buy any fancy camera. I can just use this camera and I'll have my husband film it for me. So my very first video was filmed by my husband. My dog was there, as you saw, Bojo. That was my dog at the time. And it's kind of funny that not only did I have a hair tutorial there, but my dog was there. And now here we are 10 years later. My current dog, Gracie, she still has to be in videos. I'm still doing hair tutorials. But why a hair tutorial? Why did I start YouTube? So every time I'd be out in public, I would have at least one person, if not more, come up to me and ask me about my hair, because at the time that was when I had all these spikes back here and it was kind of spiky. It's still spiky up there, but it was different than it is now. But it was very different than anything you were seeing out and about. And so I kind of stood out like a sore thumb. And women were noticing because they were saying, you know, I wanted to do something like that. How do you do that? What products do you use? And so I would literally be standing in the middle of Walmart explaining how I blow dry my hair upside down, my Enjoy Dry Wax, all those products. And it got me to thinking, you know, If I were to start a YouTube channel, because I had been thinking about it for a while, I thought my first video could be a hair tutorial. And then when people ask me about my hair, I could say, hey, you know, I started a YouTube channel. I have a video with a tutorial and all the products that I use. Here's my channel. And that was how I started my YouTube channel. Well, look who wants to say hi. You want to come up? Okay, come on. And now my dog of today, Gracie, she has to come up and say hello, which is so funny because I was watching my second YouTube video that I ever filmed. And by the way, the makeup look I am wearing today, I have a video coming about it. It is reintroducing that 2016 makeup, but my dog at the time was on my lap at the beginning of that video. So, all right, let's Gracie, you're gonna be a good girl. Go sit down. All right, Gracie is now asleep on my lap, so we can continue. So basically my the main reason why I started my YouTube channel was as a hobby and as a way to help women with their hair, their makeup, skincare. And I never really even thought that I could earn any money on it. I mean, I knew people did, but I really didn't have that as my goal. I just wanted a way to have an outlet to try new makeup and share it with somebody who would care. Because my best friend, who is my makeup best friend, you know, we love to shop together. She lives in Colorado. And my friends here locally, I mean, they're not somebody I'm going to go through Sephora for 2 hours with, you know, looking at all the new products and all of that. And so because I'm that kind of person, I love to try new things and I love to share my findings with people. That is what I thought a YouTube audience would be fun. So I thought, you know, if nobody else in my world where I'm living cares, at least maybe somebody on YouTube would care what I had to say. So that was kind of always in the background. And then I thought, you know, it'd be great if one day I could be on these companies' PR lists and actually receive free products to try. But I knew that that was shooting for the moon. And so in the meantime, I would just share with you the products that I found and loved. And so that's what I did. And when I first started in 2016, I was pretty much full-time in music. So some of you may not know, I am a church pianist, but I also was playing for a 100-member choir. They had 2 concert series a year. I did that for a number of years. And then I was also teaching piano lessons. And that was pretty much taking up the majority of my time. I think in 2016, I had, I don't know, 12 to 15 students. In 2019, when I stopped teaching, I had 19 students, and they ranged in age from 6 to 80 years old. So music was just like everything, you know, all consuming. That was what I was doing at the time. And I really felt like I needed an outlet to share actually one of my favorite things, which was makeup and hair. And so that is what I continued to do here on YouTube as a new idea for a tutorial or a new product I wanted to share. As those things popped in my brain, I shared them here on my channel. So as my channel was growing and all of these lessons and piano responsibilities were continuing on, I started feeling very overwhelmed. And at the end of 2019, I had made an announcement here that I was having to make a decision. Something was going to have to go because I was literally working 7 days a week up till midnight because I was trying to fit in video filming, video editing amongst my 19 piano lessons every week, plus my other practice for events in the choir and everything. And something had to go. And as I was evaluating everything, even though my YouTube channel was not huge at that point, I felt like it was the time to either invest more time in that, in my channel, or I was going to have to cut it loose and just go focus on my music. And so I made the decision to stop teaching piano, much to my piano students' chagrin, and some of the parents were not too happy about that. But I just felt that that was the direction that I was supposed to go. And, you know, I could not have imagined that in 2026, this is where I would be, but I'm so grateful. And it's just, you know, YouTube, throughout the years, I feel like we've had those ups and downs. And, you know, we've had this kind of trend more for short form content, and I try, I try to do a little bit of Instagram reels and a couple of shorts here on YouTube, but that is just not me. And some of you say, oh, you talk too much. I know, but it's that teacher in me. I just feel like I need to make sure you have all of the details you need to have on exactly how to blend, because how many of us have gone in and used a product or tried a technique and we were just winging it, you know, and it didn't turn out like we saw on, you know, Instagram or whatever, and we're like, they don't know what they're talking about, or that product is terrible. But maybe it wasn't the product or the person sharing the technique, it was us, right? I've done it. I've done it too. And then I go back and rewatch and go, oh, I must have missed a step. So that is why some of my videos are extra long, especially when I get deep in the woods of creating some really involved eye look or something, because I really want you to be able to recreate this look. And so that's my heart, my passion. I continue apparently to love to teach people. And I recently met somebody who had just moved into our neighborhood, and she was asking where I get my hair done. I shared it with her, and she said, you know, thank you. She said, I had asked another woman and she refused to tell me where. And she just said, oh, it's probably too far. You wouldn't want to go anyway. And she's like, I couldn't believe she just didn't want to share where she got her hair done. And I said, oh, that's so not me. I'll share everything. So that has been and continues to be my mission, to help you all in any way that I can. And then the last thing that I wanted to share here, and I think I've shared this before in maybe a Q&A, but I wanted to share how my channel got its name, Sharalee's Box of Chocolates. I can't tell you how many times when I'm out in public and somebody asks what my channel name is, and I tell them, and they go, oh, chocolate. Well, I don't really need to eat much chocolate. Like, it has nothing to do with that. Although, you know, I do share some baking on here. But basically, Sharalee's Box of Chocolates started out as a blog back in about 2008 or 9. I had a jewelry business, and blogs were becoming a big thing. And if you had a website, no matter what it was, you needed to have a blog associated with it in order to attract more people to your website. So I was selling jewelry on a website. So I started a blog, and I link it below all of my videos. I'll link it now, but it's sharaleesboxofchocolates.com. And as I was trying to figure out what to name it, again, at the time I had a jewelry business, I was making jewelry, and I thought, well, what do I want to write about? I don't love to just sit down and write. I'm not one of those people. And so I'm like, if I'm going to write a blog, it's got to be about things that I love, but my interests are so scattered and so all over the place. I love makeup. I love baking. I love hair products, and I love organization, and I love, you know, having a clean house, and just all of these things were going through my brain. And so all of a sudden, I had probably recently seen clips from the movie Forrest Gump. And, you know, the famous saying that comes from that movie is, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And the light bulb went off, and I said, that is it. I'm going to call it Sharalee's Box of Chocolates, because I love beauty. I love hair tutorials. I love baking. But on my channel, you never know what you're going to get. It's going to be a hodgepodge, and that's what it is. So my blog became that. And then in 2016, when I started my YouTube channel, I just really felt like that was still who I am. I like to share all different types of things. Now, primarily, obviously, my channel is focused more on the beauty side of things, but you will see vlogs, you'll see baking, you'll see organization here as well, fashion every once in a while. So that is how my channel got its name, Sharalee's Box of Chocolates. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being here. Again, I just appreciate you all, whether you have been here for 10 years or you have been here for one day. I appreciate you so much. And stay tuned for upcoming videos, another fun 2016 flashback, and then I have some dramatic new hair videos coming at the salon. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.